Welcome to Baddest Ballers. Please be sure to subscribe for more NBA analysis and content. Much has been made of Kawhi Leonard's development as a player in the NBA. But how much has he progressed really? And is he as good as he is often made out to be? Let's take a look. Kawhi was drafted just outside of the lottery by the Indiana Pacers with their 15th pick in the 2011 NBA draft, immediately after the Morris twins. After 2 years at San Diego State, Kawhi drew comparisons to Gerald Wallace and Ron Artest entering the league. In a deal that would ultimately send George Hill to the Pacers, Kawhi Leonard was shipped to the San Antonio Spurs. As it is well known, there were immediate concerns about his ability to be impactful on the court due to his inconsistent jump shot. Greg showed faith in Kawhi, however, saying, "I think he's going to be a star. And as time goes on, he'll be the face of the Spurs, I think." At both ends of the court, he is really a special player. And what makes me be so confident about him is that he wants it so badly. He wants to be a good player. I mean, a great player. He comes in early, he stays late, and he's coachable. He's just like a sponge. When you consider he's only had 2 years of college and no training camp yet, you can see that he's going to be something else. In his rookie campaign, Kawhi would go on to average 7.9 points per game, 5.1 rebounds per game, and just over 1 assist, while shooting 49.3% from the field in 24 minutes. Much is made of Kawhi's gradual progression as both a scorer and specifically as a shooter. And barring the 2017-2018 season, where he only played 9 games due to injury, Kawhi has improved his scoring average, both empirically and on a per 36-minute basis, for every season that he has played in the NBA. A deeper look at the stats, though, do not necessarily bear out his slow and steady improvement as a player, however. Neither his 2-point field goal percentage nor his 3-point field goal percentage has shown much in the way of improvement as his career has progressed. In fact, his total rebound percentage also does not show much deviation. The single greatest predictor of Kawhi's success in a given season appears to be his usage rate. This is not to say Kawhi hasn't improved as a player. His court vision has clearly improved, and he makes better decisions with his ball handling. But looking at the numbers shows clearly that Kawhi has been a consistent force on the court, whose numbers likely would have been higher had he not been playing with Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili. He just wasn't the go-to option on a team that wasn't starved for offense to begin with. This necessitated that he focused and honed his defensive game, giving him the reputation of primarily being a defender with average offensive skills. Kawhi's playoff numbers do show a marginal improvement in production, or the league's second season, but still nothing significant enough to make the claim that he flips the switch, so to speak. None of this is, of course, meant to be a knock on Kawhi's game. He is an excellent scorer, elite defender, and has in fact made improvements in his game. His improved passing is evident, especially since joining the Clippers. Kawhi also now makes better use of the triple threat position, and gets to his spots after faking out his defender with twitchy feints. His frame is bulkier, allowing him to bully his way to the paint as needed and keeping attacking players on his hip to control them defensively. Not to mention, his per 36 numbers does support some offensive growth as well, but his true shooting percentage and even his field goal percentage has mostly fluctuated throughout his career. Interesting to note, however, is that his free throw percentage has actually increased somewhat substantially as his volume of attempts have increased as well. However, the numbers just seem to bear out that he is more so a player that was overlooked early on than that he was a player that developed drastically as his career progressed. So what's his ceiling anyway? Well, as he quickly approaches his 29th birthday, it's fair to say Kawhi is probably close to his peak already. More than likely, he will begin a slow decline athletically as he continues to round out his game. I wouldn't necessarily expect any drastic improvements in any one area of his game going forward, but I wouldn't rule it out entirely either, as he does work tirelessly on his game. He has shown minor intelligent improvements in his past few seasons, picking up fewer fouls and drawing more fouls as well. And while much is made of his mid-range game, his ability to get to the basket and keep defenders honest from beyond the arc is what truly makes him a nightmare to defend. If you insist on nitpicking an area of weakness for Kawhi, it would likely have to be that he has averaged about 58 games per season in his career thus far, not including this potentially incomplete season. Call it load management or injury management, but having Kawhi means you're likely not having his services for an entire season and postseason. As he approaches 30, you can't imagine that it's likely going to get any better either. Regardless of where you have him ranked amongst his peers currently, Kawhi is undoubtedly a superstar level player and one of the more tenacious defenders in the league. Kawhi, to me, is the epitome of a high floor player. He was always much better than we thought he was. Potentially, he still might be. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that thumbs up button and remember to subscribe for more content like this. Hit the link in the description to check out our podcast, and if you're able, please support on Patreon. Thank you again, and stay ballin'.